Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another episode, another story. Today we are honoured to have Andreas all the way from North London. He's the commercial manager for a security company. He's been like that for all of his adult life, working life, and he's going to tell us why he got into it, what a typical day is like, and what motivates him. So nice to have you here today, Andreas.
Thank you.
So tell us, Andreas, first of all, what kind of person were you when you were in school?
Well, that's hard to say, really. I was quiet when I was in school, but as I got a little bit older, started coming out of my shell, started seeing a lot more things from what they were.
Okay, that's good. You're saying you was an introvert and then you became a bit of an extrovert.
Yeah.
What was the change that enabled you to become more of an extrovert?
I saw a lot of bullying in school.
Okay.
A lot of bullying, which made me want to step up my game.
Okay.
So it made me want to train myself to fight, to look after myself, protect others if need be. Hence the reason, security.
Okay, that makes sense. That's interesting because a lot of gangsters, when you hear why they're gangsters, if their father wasn't a gangster, it's usually based on they had some episode of bullying, and then they decided they weren't going to be the victim anymore, and
Yeah.
and things like that. So, what is your role, and what does the company offer?
I'm a security contract manager, which means I go around different sites, different areas, setting up contracts, emails, telephone calls, you name it. Mm-hmm. The company I work for is Apollo Security Division. They are an amazing company to work for. They treat everyone equally. There's a pension scheme with it. And there's all different kinds of work, really.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What kind of jobs are you doing? Are you doing nightclubs? Are you doing like big festivals?
No,
galleries?
Apollo don't do nightclubs or festivals. We do static guarding, which is normal security guarding. We don't do no retail. We do art galleries, some of them. We do some of the jewellery stores. There's quite a number of things we do, but we mainly do offices and corporate security.
What does a person need to have experience and qualification-wise to work for?
They need a security door supervisor's badge, mm-hmm. which is the orange labelled badge. Mm-hmm. Has to be a frontline door supervisor. Without that, you don't have the permit to work as a security officer.
Okay. Experience. Do they need any experience?
Yeah, we'd like them to have a little bit of experience.
Okay, what kind of experience?
We'd like them to have face-to-face contact experience, customer service, just know the road basically.
Mm-hmm. Do they need to be a big guy? A lot of people, when they think of security, they think of big, muscly men, 6'3" plus.
No, you don't need to be big or muscly. You just got to have the knowledge. If you've got the knowledge and the brain, you can do just about anything you want in life. Mm-hmm. That's the most powerful muscle you can ever have.
Mm-hmm. So moving on to that, when you say knowledge, what is it exactly? And also, what have you learned that you wish you knew when you had started in this industry?
I learned how to control my temper. I learned how to talk to people without getting them angry and turning it into a confrontation. Mm-hmm. If I had known that when I first started, it would have been amazing.
I think we could all I think we could all take a leaf out of that. But So give us some scenarios where you've had to control your temper and you navigated your way in saying the right things and right body language to avoid negative confrontation.
Alright, so before I was working for Apollo, I used to work for another security firm called Cordon Security.
Yeah.
And I used to work in Iceland, the supermarket. And I used to have shoplifters who used to come in. I used to stop them, but you always have to step back and have your hand palm open to make sure they know that you don't cause them an immediate threat. If you don't, they can then start getting irate with you, and it could cause violence. I had this one customer, well, shoplifter. He tried to steal £2 items, nothing more, nothing less. And when I stopped him, I didn't use my brain and put my hand up. He thought I wanted to cause a confrontation with him. It was after that I tried, just verbally, I calmed him down, took him in the back, gave him a cold glass of water, calmed him down like that. We sat down, we spoke. That was all that he really needed, really.
Okay. I see you have a certain element of compassion and empathy that you're giving him water.
Yeah.
What state was he in while he was stealing? Was he on drugs? Was he just a young child? What was he?
I don't know if he was on any drugs, but I could smell alcohol on him. The thing is, the way I see it is, you don't know what sort of thing that this person has gone through in his life to make him get to this state.
Yeah.
So I try to look behind everything. I try to see the good in people. That's why I don't like calling the police often, but if I have to call the police, then I will.
Okay, so you're saying, mate, we've caught you now. I can call the police, or you can just leave the item and don't come back here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair shout, considering the person's done wrong. Does the business owner approve the establishment owner of the business? Do you reckon he approves that method?
Cordon Security never used to approve that. They didn't like the way I worked.
Okay.
They basically gave me an ultimatum: either move to Hackney, where it's more rough, they would not provide me with a stab-proof vest, or resign. So I resigned.
Okay. So they wanted to move you somewhere more hostile, but they weren't happy with your measures.
Yeah.
Was your measures effective?
They were effective. I mean, there were a few times I had to go beyond my measures.
As in,
there was this, I wouldn't say family, but he was a man. He used to come in all the time and try and steal bottles of champagne. But he'd do it at the point where I wasn't there. So it was before I started my shift.
so he'd look to see if he sees you.
Yeah. So I used to come in earlier than normal, and I used to wait outside. I caught him a few times, and I had to threaten him so that he doesn't come back. I had to go a little bit old school.
Yeah.
He didn't come back.
So why didn't you just call the police instead of having to threaten him? You could have just said, all right, now after the third time, listen, mate, if I catch you any more times, I'm going to just get you arrested.
Because I hadn't officially started work on that shift. That's why.
Okay. But the others, weren't they able to restrain him?
No. They were too scared. The staff members and the management were too scared to approach any shoplifters.
Mm-hmm. So that brings on to a line of questioning. What's the characteristics someone needs to have to be in security?
Sorry?
What are the characteristics, the personality, somebody needs to have to be in security?
Well, there's not a certain characteristic you need. You just need to, like I said before, have the knowledge and be able to hold your temper down. You got to keep a cool head at all times, because you don't know what this person's carrying, what he's doing, what's on his mind, what sort of dramas he's just gone through to get to this stage. You don't know what they're going to do, so you just got to try and keep a level head, keep everything under control, because that's what we're there for, to make sure people are safe.
Okay, what does the future hold for you?
We don't know that. We don't know what the future holds.
Right. What would you like it to hold?
I'd like it to be nice, a good future. Hopefully one day to own my own business.
Have you thought of a name already for your business?
No, not yet.
And is it going to be in security or something else?
Security. It would 110% be security.
Oh, that's good.
I've been doing security since I was 18 years old.
Right, yeah.
I'm now 32.
Last but not least, you've been a great guest. What's the impact you want to have in the world and the gift you want to share?
I'd like to share the knowledge of security, safety, helping people, making sure people are safe, that sort of thing. Because there's not a lot of people that think about that these days.
You spoke, a couple more questions as it goes. You spoke about going and pricing up a job, saying what it needs, all those kind of things. How does that work? What are you looking for, good and bad, when you're pricing up a job?
So I don't price the jobs. The price list is already done by the boss. He just passes them on to me.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the jobs and I'll take pictures of the property. We've got to look at how easy it is for an intruder to get into the building, or how difficult it is for them. We've got to make sure the alarm systems are properly done to make it easy for our mobile patrollers when they do patrols. We've also got to make sure that all the gates are secured with padlocks, with alarm codes, all kinds of things really. At different properties it's all different.
Okay, that's good. And would you encourage people to join? Would you encourage, if you had children, them to do security, or would you want them to do something else?
I'd encourage them, but I'd also want them to follow their own path, to take their own lead in life.
That's nice. That's good. Oh, that's really good, because a lot of parents are trying to live their dreams through their children's lives.
No, we can't do that, man. We've got to let them make their own mistakes, let them take their own left turns or right turns, because we don't know what their future holds for them. Only they do.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. Okay. Where can people find you?
They can find me personally in Leytonstone.
Social media wise, where can people find the company, or if they want to come and work for you guys, where can they find you?
They can go onto Google and type in Apollo Security Division.
Okay.
Or we've got our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram pages, Apollo Security Division, once again.
Can you spell that for them? Just make sure there's no confusion.
Yep, that's APOLLO SECURITY Division, DEVISION.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well. We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.